Shout out to all the singers out there. Yeah. They are different. Like, don't go in there. They'll do like 3 takes. You know what I'm saying? Like,
that's it.
Go in there. Like, turn back. I'm like, what the f? I'm like, and then they'll leave that, yeah? They'll leave that session with a whole song. And I'm like, you guys are different. Like,
call me Bucky, lucky that I'm innocent. If I didn't have no mobiles, I'd be menacing. How about
What's happening, PUSHAS fam? We're back at it again with another episode of Soul Therapy. Today I'm joined with
DSP, man. What you saying? How are you, brother? How you
I'm
doing?
good, brother. I'm good.
Blessings, man.
Who is DSP? You know, what are you about? What does DSP like stand for as well, bro? I want to know that.
I've actually never said this before, so this is the exclusive, right?
PUSHAS exclusive.
PUSHAS exclusive.
You heard it here first.
So DSP, I got DSP. I was seeing someone at the time, and they told me, you know, you got a voice for rapping, and I was like, oh, I don't really see it. Yeah. And they started saying a bunch of names, stupid names. They ended up landing on dark skin Poppy, right?
I like that.
I didn't like it.
I like that.
I didn't like it, right? I didn't like it, but I ran with it for a while, and I just, I said, you know what, I'm gonna just keep the DSP, right? And I'm just keep DSP, you can keep the dark skin Poppy. Yeah. And we'll leave it at that. We'll exchange, you know what I'm saying? We'll exchange.
Yeah.
But that's essentially what DSP stands for. Please no one call me dark skin Poppy. But yeah, that's what I'm about, you know? Nigerian born, Bankstown made, Campbelltown raised. So
been all around, bro.
Been all around, man. I've been around, man.
That's it. What sort of like inspirations do you have to like in creating, you know, your work, your art?
With me, I just go into the studio, I listen to the beat, and you gotta
you just vibe with it.
You gotta feel it, you know what I mean? Like you gotta like, if a producer's playing a dead beat and you're forcing yourself to kind of vibe with it.
It just doesn't work.
It just doesn't work. For me, and if anyone else wants to take this advice, is I'm very much like a freestyler. So I'll just go in there and I'll just start mumbling shit.
Yeah.
Part of my French. I just start mumbling stuff. So I'll just go in there, I'll be like, and then I'll get my phone. So I
gotta feel yourself, you know.
I got a phone, I got a phone literally based for music.
Yeah.
And I'll put a voice memo on and I'll just record all the mumbles.
Yeah.
I listen to the best melodies and replace those with words. Yo. So that's essentially what I do. So it's kind of like just like a mix match.
That's an interesting creative process.
It's different, but then some days I'm on crud and like some days I'm on smoke.
It just depends how you feel.
I'm in there and I'm like, this is what I want to say, this is what I want to start feeling, you know what I mean? Like, it's just different, just every day is different. I've gone into like studio sessions where some people don't do that.
Yeah.
And they just, like singers, singers, shout out to all the singers out there. They are different. Like, don't go in there, they'll do like 3 takes, you know what I'm saying? Like,
that's it.
Go in there. Like, turn back. I'm like, what the f? I'm like, and then they'll leave that session with a whole song. And I'm like, you guys are different. Like,
singing is different.
When are you gonna get in the studio?
Oh, bro, I'll break mirrors, bro. I'll break windows, bro. I can't. So, what sort of got you started into, making music? Were you always passionate, or was it just like?
I used to dance.
Yo, seriously?
I used to be a dancer. So when I was younger, I used to dance. And obviously coming from a Nigerian household, it's like you kind of get rhythm in you. I used to rap with my boys back in high school. Shout out Robert Townsend. I'm just taking the piss, freestyles here and there, nothing too serious. Shout out my boy JC, because he's actually, and I'll always tell this story. It doesn't matter how big I am, I'll always tell this story. So I went and saw, remember when Australia was burning?
Yeah,
so they had like, Australia was on fire. It was on fire. So Australia was burning, right? And they put on this charity event. So me and my brother went, and JC was one of the acts. And I kind of knew JC around that time, but I watched him perform. And while I was watching him, I was kind of like, I can do this. Like, what the hell? Like, this is hectic. Like, I want to do this. And I was watching and seeing how his music made people jump, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
And I'm like, you know what? I could probably take this seriously. This was around about whenever Australia was burning. I don't know.
A couple years back.
So that's what instigated the fire to want to do it. I was always passionate about music, but I was never confident about doing music.
I think that's the hardest part. That's the hardest part, getting
having
the confidence.
That confidence in me and just doing it, right? So I saw that, I was like, you know what, Itwa, I can probably do this. Started writing rhymes, started sending it to Jay's manager, because he was my mate at the time. Yeah. Sending him stuff. He was like, it's shit. He was like, this music's fucking ass. Like, what are you doing about? Like, this is shit. Like, he will tell you. Like, I sent this one track. Oh my god, rubbish.
You look back. And it's like
no one is hearing that track. I don't care.
No, it's never gonna be released.
Never, never. But I showed him a couple tracks. He was like, shit, get better. So that's what I did. I got better.
That's it.
I did this one freestyle or one song, and I just posted it on Instagram. without him actually knowing.
Oh, really?
Yeah, without his manager knowing. I just said, you know what? You gotta take my music. Do it. I'm gonna just do it. Yeah, I'm gonna just fucking do it. Dropped it, and it just went crazy. At the time, it went crazy. This was about 2020. And people were like, oh, we want more, we want more, we want more. And then that's how I got into it. And I guess when you post and you get good feedback, like at the end of the day, believe in yourself, right? Don't listen to the noise, but at the same time, listen to the noise, 100%. Right? It was going crazy, and people were like, yeah, nah, you're hectic, bro. You're different, you're fire, and that just gave me the confidence I needed to really take it seriously. Yeah. So yeah, that's what happened, man. That's how DSP was born.
That's beautiful, bro. So can you talk about like, you know, a specific piece in like one of your songs that like holds a lot of meaning to you, like anything that you've said or?
This is actually a freestyle I did. I posted it on YouTube, but it kind of got overshadowed a bit because I posted something else after that was a bit more upbeat. But it was a freestyle. It's called the Issue Freestyle, where I kind of just address the issues.
Yeah, I've heard it. Yeah.
There we go. You know what I'm saying? Like, I guess one of my catchphrases or sayings is "big man with a big issue." With the issues, plenty issues in my life. You know what I'm saying? So in that freestyle, I kind of just at the end I go, "I'm a big immigrant, born in Nigeria is where I was made. My mom told me study your books and better your days," all of that type of stuff, right? And I feel like when I was writing that, it was just real shit.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like no fabrication, no imitation, no false demonstration.
Just shit you've been through,
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, big immigrant. Been born in Nigeria. You know what I'm saying? Then we came here.
It's hard, bro.
You know what I'm saying?
I know how it is, bro, when you come from like just another country, bro. I'm not from here.
What's your background?
I'm a Syrian.
Syrian? Shout out to all my Syrians out there, man. Blessings, man.
Australia's a beautiful place, bro. I feel like
you don't really see how grateful you really are until you go back.
Yeah.
I went back in 2012. We went to go see my grandmother, and even that whole experience was just eye-opening. Like kids that were my age or even younger, what am I talking about, even older, living in conditions that are just like, well, what the heck? And they're smiling, like they're happy. That's just what it is. When I came back to Australia, I was hungry. I was like, you
gotta find something. You're like,
I'm looking at my bed, I'm like, I don't even deserve to sleep on this. I don't even deserve to sleep on this bed. Heated blankets, what? What am I talking about? Like, you know what I mean? Like stuff like that. So it's like, I feel like anyone that comes from another country or is ethnic in some, you know, I advise going back home and seeing. If you've never been, if you have been, then you know what I'm talking about. If you've never been, go back, see how it is, and just open your eyes. You know what I'm saying? And it will change your mind, trust me. Can we talk about how you're copying my drip right now?
Oh,
Look at this guy.
I just gotta, you know.
Look at this guy. You knew I was wearing Jordan 4s, you wanted to wear Jordan 4s.
But you know what? It's called inspiration, you know what I mean? You inspire the youths, bro.
These are hard.
That's it.
I was gonna get these colorways, but I was like, black and red is a bit. You know
I'll be honest, honestly, I just like impulsively bought them. I was like,
oh, you just did a blind buy.
Entered a raffle and I'm like, oh, these are dropping. I'm like, oh, do I get it? And this was like at a point where I was like buying shoes like every week. Like
proper,
yeah, it was bad. And I was like, these are dropping. I'm like, copping.
Yeah? So are you like a big sneakerhead?
I wasn't originally.
And then what happened?
And then I started working here. When I started working every week,
I'm telling you.
But it was such a bad habit. Like, I got shoes that I've like worn, like shoes I haven't even worn, shoes that are just sitting in a box.
Let me tell you something. You see these ones right there? You see the Lightning Force?
Bro, they're the best. I love them.
So I started getting into sneakers. Like, I don't know what happened. Like, I was an Air Force One guy. Like, white ones.
Same here. Bro, white ones go everything.
You told me nothing. You told me nothing. Church, funeral, house party, no party, staying up. Like, wear white ones, you're sweet. And then I bought, these are my first pair of Jordan 4s. I got the Oreos. I spent like, bag on them, And I was like, I thought that would discourage me from buying more shoes. And I'm like, this is so expensive. What a waste of money. And then I was like,
that's how it starts, but you think it's,
like, there's more. You know what I'm saying? And then I'm like, I started picturing them, I'm like, you know what? The university blues don't look too bad.
But that was me. After I bought my first pair, I was like, the university blues are sexy.
They look sexy. So what did I do? I bought them, and then I was like, you know what? This doesn't go with anything.
Yeah.
And I had to start buying outfits to match my shoes.
But that was me, bro.
I'm telling you. I never had that problem with the white cocaine.
I swear, because it just goes with everything. So you're just like,
white ones,
wear them. Okay, I'll buy a fit. It'll go with it. It'll go with it.
You know what I'm saying? Now I'm buying all these different colors.
And you're like, now I need fits
now
to go with it.
I need to get a blue shirt to match my blue shoes. These are the first world problems.
I swear, bro. You know, I see that you're, a creative genius. I see it all the time.
Like that.
Yeah, bro. From all, your art, your work, your art, whatever you want to call it. I say it's art, bro. It's more like art.
It is art, definitely art.
There's all these up and coming Australian artists. You know, what's your secret sauce to making it out and just planning ahead for?
Yeah, that's a good question, by the way. I never really make a move without it being calculated. I guess the number one thing is your product. So the artist. I feel like with music, the one thing that separates you from everybody else is you. People always compare me to like Pop Smoke or like, you know, deep voice, Dutch Valley.
But at
the end of the day, they're not me. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
so it's like, make sure your team is strong, make sure your team is well-rounded. Teach each other, man. I have one of my boys, he does some of my vocals. Like, he wasn't an engineer when I started, but he saw I was taking this music thing seriously. Boom, he said, you know what, let me hop on Logic, let me learn. So now I come to him whenever I want to record. So it's like, I can do that myself as well, because I learned myself, but it's like, it's even dope to see him even
he grows a team, you know what I mean?
Grows a team, you know what I'm saying?
Bro.
So young people are naturally talented, naturally gifted, but at the end of the day, you've got to just treat it like...
You got to put in the hard yards.
You got to put in the hard yards, like, you gotta be able to practice, man. You gotta be able to just do it. The reason why Drake is because he never got complacent.
Yeah, he kept trying to change, kept trying to move.
I know he's got 6 different accents, but it's like he always adapted. He's like, okay, what are the kids doing now? Like, he never saw them as like, you know, I'm better than them. It's like, okay, how can I learn from them? So it's definitely having that mindset and continuously learning. But those 3 things, man, your product, I feel like is the main thing. Because if you're not marketable, then everything else doesn't happen. You don't have a team. You know what I mean? Like, everything else just doesn't fall into place. So make sure you, as a person, are truly, authentically yourself. Make sure you're doing your bit so that everyone else can help you be the greatest version of yourself. You know, I didn't like my voice. Yeah? Mums. I hated my voice.
The deep voice, bro.
Nah,
it's unique, bro. I like that. It's
hated
different.
it, bro. My nieces didn't like it. I got nieces. My nieces didn't like it. They were like, why are you so scary? Why are you so angry? I'm like, I'm just how I talk. Right? So I'm like, you're so scary, uncle. I'm like, nah, this is how I am. But I was like, you know what? Let me just rap, see how it goes, and that's one thing that separates me. The people are like, oh, that's DSP. Can't you hear the voice? Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, even if you got a stutter, my guy, rap, and you be that stutter rapper.
Yeah, it's different.
You know?
Yeah,
it's different. Like,
different sound. Yeah,
that's him. Like, he's the stutter rapper.
Yeah. Where do you see it? Like, where do you want to take, you know, your product, your music, your art?
But to be honest, I want my product to just be, I guess, a collaboration between the product and the consumer. Me as a product, in 2-3 years, I want it to be a place where the consumers, my listeners or my fans, wherever they are around the world, can just come and confide in, come and listen to whenever they're going through something, come and listen to whenever they feel hyped or they have a win. You know what I mean? Because that's what music is at the end of the day.
Yeah,
right?
it generates like... It
generates feelings.
Yeah, it generates emotions, helps you like, 100%.
You know what I'm saying? So I guess 2-3 years, obviously it's international, you know, money, this and that.
That's it. You know, the whole shebang.
You know what I mean? But definitely just be one of those guys where when people ask, oh, who do you listen to? The top 3 answers are DSP. That's the main thing for the next 2-3 years.
You got your direction going, you know exactly what you want, you know.
Got to be switched on. Like,
That's it.
People, I'm gonna with this quote, but I think it's people that fail to plan to fail. That's like the main notion. You know what I'm saying? And there's another one. Hold on, I got another one.
Yeah, think of it.
People that have a dream without a plan, it's just a dream. You know what I'm saying?
I like that.
Come on, brother. What you say? Come on, DSP Washington. You know?
What advice or, you know, what message would you give out to any sort of, you know, up and coming or aspiring artists that want to just get into it?
First of all, just have fun with it. Because think about it, your best work is when you were just having fun with it. Yeah. When you was doing freestyles in the car with your boy next to you.
Just being calm,
just being calm, you know, rapping some words, you were gassed. You were like, like, have fun with it because it's the same thing, bro. Make sure you give it 100% every single time. Never half-ass anything, even if it's just a lyric video or just like a music video that doesn't have a big budget. Make the most out of that budget, because that's another thing people don't like to talk about. Like, people think you make music, you're a millionaire.
Yeah. Nah, I
thought the same thing, you know what I mean? Like, you think you make music, I got bands. Nah, it's not like that at all. So it's like it's a job, but it's not a job at the same time. Yeah. You know what I mean? So just be true to yourself, have the right people around you, and make the right decisions.
What's a red flag shoe? Like, what's a red flag shoe, you know what I mean?
A red flag shoe?
Like, you see this person, they're rocking it, you're like, I'm gone, bro. You just dip.
Oh, all black forces.
Oh, the deadlies.
All black forces. You see a man wearing all black forces, run away.
Go the opposite way,
He's not trying to party.
Yeah, nah.
He's not coming to the club to party. He's coming to the club to let you niggas know.
If he's wearing the all whites?
If he's wearing all whites, give him a dab.
That's it.
You know what I mean? Doing
That's
that
it.
bar.
That's
Hope
it.
you have a good night. If he's wearing all black, other way.
That way. You just...
I don't care what his skin complexion is. Go the other way. Those guys don't care about life. They eat bricks. They have sandwiches and they put bricks instead of slices.
Right now's the time to sort of plug, you know, anything you want through. any future up and coming projects, anything you're doing. Just tell the audience, you know, I want everyone to know who DSP is, what's happening with
where
him.
I'm about.
That's it.
I don't know when this is going to be aired, but I got Crush Your Mind, will definitely be out by then. Crush Your Mind will be out. I got another track coming out. I guess just keep tabs on my Instagram, dsp.syd, not that hard to remember.
That's it.
Subscribe to PUSHAS, man. Show some love. They're doing an amazing thing here, trying to bring it together. Bring up the Australian scene, a little PUSHAS plug as well. So shout out to the team here that are doing their thing, trying to do it for the culture. Big man with a big issue.
That's it.
We out this bitch, huh?
That's it.
My guy, appreciate you,
My
yeah?
brother, my brother.
I need to come Fairfield one time, yeah?
Yeah, bro, I'll take you around. There's nothing to do there, but
You already know what's happening. Big
That's
P in the
it.
building, huh?
That's it.
The power, all of that. Gang shit. I'm your guy, 9B. We out in this bitch.
That's
Pushing
it.
P.
That's it.
Pushing P.
That's
Pushing.
it.
He's about to be in a music video.
Extended homies stab me in the back and they can never be forgiven. And my palms been itching, man. I like the superstition. You can't have my phone number unless we running up the digits. Let me meditate. I just need a couple minutes. Tryna low ball me, my cojones to the big ass.